Hello, TikTok family. Ooh, I have my little ring light's a little bit loose as I'm moving you guys around. Hold on. Is it righty tighty, lefty loosey? We don't want those falling down on you. How is everybody today? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for all of the birthday wishes. That was so sweet of you guys last week. I got all of those and I just want to thank you. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Sporty Mom. You might hear Delilah snoring in the background. She's in my office today. Hey, Mary. How are you? Trisham, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. We are in Oregon having some hey, Lisa. Some crazy weather drastically changing. Like yesterday was a little bit sunny, not warm but sunny. So I go out on a walk and then it's hailing in 1 minute. Hey Shelly Bowbelly. You're new here. Thank you for being here. So usually what I do is sometimes I come on here and I do free readings. And today's the day where I do a couple paid readings and then I'm going to pull some cards for people. So I do have there's 3 people that I have 3 spots available today. Hey, Catherine, thanks for the kisses, Shelly. And it's nice to see you doing so well. And I'm so glad my Wi-Fi is working. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get the cards ready. So if anybody's just coming on and wondering who I am, hi, my name is Julie. I'm a psychic medium. I've had this gift. You're welcome, Shell Bell. Since I was a little girl, I just didn't know I was a medium because back when I was growing up in 65 all through 80, in my youth, we didn't have the shows of Teresa Caputo and John Edwards. So I had no idea I was a medium. I just thought I was this weird kid that knew things. And it wasn't until my good friend Tammy, hi Kim, kind of said you're not just making things up, you know things that no one else would know. I think you're a psychic medium. I started reading books and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I am. So about at the age of 25, I'm I'm not a weirdo, I'm a psychic medium. So if you're not following Kim Coffee Crystals, please do. We're trying to get her to 1,000 so she can go live. She's our moderator. She volunteers her time and she makes the chat clear when I am doing readings. Hi, sweetheart. I don't do love readings. Hi, Isaac. I heard it was your birthday too. Happy birthday, Isaac. Nana Debs. I'm doing good. You're not a weirdo. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like we're both Aries, Isaac. I should have known. And when I heard how young you were, I'm you're an old soul. Because all the times I've been giving you readings on here, I thought you were in your 30s. Oh, you got your first job. Congratulations, Ivan. So deserving. I will not do, so I'm going to do 3 paid readings. If you want a reading from me today, you can make a donation to my Venmo. And it's $40 and I have 3 spots available. And then after that, I will pull cards free for people. Hello from Connecticut and California. What part of California are you in? Oh, what did that mean? I missed that whole thing. I do have PayPal. It's in my bio too. I just can't see when people are paying. Oh, Southern. Yeah. I love Laguna and Santa Barbara and Dana Point and all of those areas. And I actually went to school in San Luis Obispo, Cal Poly. So I was just going to chat for a little bit until I start seeing who might want a reading today. Like I said, we have 3 spots available for the readings that I do on here. And they are mini readings. They're just 15 or 20 minutes. And I'm a psychic medium, so I'll start to see, hear, and feel things that they want me to show you about your loved ones. And I love how it comes through. What was I going to say? Anyone else having bad allergies? Yes. I had to take Claritin and some other things because my allergies have just been so bad. I think it's the weather just changing back and forth. Yeah, I always take an antihistamine even when a cold's coming around. It's 4:20. Sorry, memory? What's the memory part? I missed that, Jennifer, sweetheart. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Drink lots of water. Take a good antihistamine. I have to take children's Dimetapp. Hi, Fancy Mom 50. Shelly, I get to have you on my list today. Yay. Shelly, Bow Belly, Fanana, Faux Belly. And Shelly, I've never looked to see if you have, it's 111 people in here. Make a wish. It's 111 on 420. Shelly, I never looked to see if you had 1,000 followers to where I could oh no, you have 284. That's okay. I can do yours on here too. Hi, Eve Johnson with the beautiful butterflies. Hi, Manic Butterfly. A reading is, did I not put it on here, is $40. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't do that. Just to let you guys know, if someone messages you for a reading, I have not vetted them. I don't know who they are. And chances are they're a scam account of their name anyway. Perfect, Jennifer. I would love that. Jennifer, I'll look for your donation as well. And then Champa Ganoksky. Thank you. Champa Ganoksky. What is your first name so I can... And then once Jennifer makes her payment for her donation, then the list will be full. I have someone that needs a reading tonight. Oh, on here? Hold on. Fancy Mom. Hey, Julie. TikTok alert, just wishing you. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, good. Thanks, Jamie Martin. It's Agnes. Of course it is, because that's my grandmother's name. Are you Polish? It's pronounced champagne. Oh, I love that. Champagne. I'm all champagne. I have, oh, thank you, Shelly. My list is going to be closed as soon as Jennifer makes a payment, and I could do 3 readings, and then after that, if you guys have good manners and sit crisscross applesauce. Oh, sorry, Kim. I'm not understanding. Who wants a reading for their birthday today? Oh, okay. Yeah. There's 3 of them. Jennifer hasn't actually paid for today, and whoever's birthday it is, I can pull their card first because Kim's messaging me, and she's amazing. Again, if you're not following Kim Coffee Crystals, please do so. She's wonderful. We're trying to get her up to 1,000. Please don't send another payment in. I think I'm going to be, whoops, hold on. I think I'm going to be pretty busy. You guys are so cute. Hannah Daisy, you're right. That is. Hi, Elena. So far I have 2 people who paid. Jennifer, who said she's interested. So right now I just only have 2 people on. Jennifer, I haven't seen your payment go through, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing some readings. If you're here and you've been here before, please know what we ask people to do is I'll put this a little bit and say, welcome, please hold comments. Moderators will temporarily mute people so that we can keep this class chair. Oh, I got you, Kim. That sounds good. Keep the chat clear and so that we can do that, okay? So perfect. I'm going to go ahead and ground because there's so many people here. And what happens when I do group readings is I'll start hearing different people's names. So Shell Bell, you're first. And I'm just going to call you Champagne. Agnes, Champagne, you're next. And then Jennifer, I haven't seen a payment from you yet. But if you do while I'm send in the payment while I'm doing the other readings, then you'll be the 3rd one. If not, we'll go ahead and take care of who Kim's talking about for her birthday. Okay, so Shell Bell, you're up first. Please listen to the moderators. And Shell, are you here? Miss Shell Bell? Anything is wonderful. Okay. As I start to do your reading. And normally I ask, is there one person in particular you want to hear from today? I don't need to know their name. I just need to know their relationship to you, because when I do a group reading, all kinds of names are being thrown at me, and it's kind of like it's like walking in a Chuck E. Cheese. So if we can just hone in on who you wanted to hear from today, that will be a little bit easier. So this is for Shell, and thank you guys for holding your comments. Shell, do you have, okay, hold on one second. Did it just freeze all of a sudden? Tammy, okay. Oh, I was like, that's okay. You said her name. That's fine. I always say, just say like who they are. I don't need to know their name, but that's okay. Is Tammy sister? Oh, okay. Is Tammy a sister? And then also, do you have a son? Best friend. Okay. Hold on one second. As we're pulling Tammy through, other people might come through also. And has your father crossed over? Okay, and you have a son. Is your son named after your dad? Because I feel a father figure coming through, and he talks about your son. Okay. And I did get that, Erin. You're all set. Okay, yes and yes. Okay, you shows me like that. I keep seeing the number 14, so I don't know how old your son is, or if he was born on the 14th, if someone's birthday is born on the 14th, or why I'm seeing that. Shell, would that make sense? Middle name brother. Okay. And your brother's crossed over too. And sorry you got muted, Erin, but I saw you, and thank you for telling me that. We just keep the chat clear while I'm doing someone's reading, because I have ADD and I'll start like bouncing off your energy. So does the number 14 make sense to you when I say that? There's something, your dad's pointing to your son and he keeps saying 14. So it's like he's 14, or his birthday's on the 14th, or it's January 4th, but he just keeps showing me like that. Does that make any sense to you? And did you just get your son's hair cut? No. Okay, no to the 14. Put the 14 to the side. There's something about that with your son. So I don't know if your dad passed away when when your son was 14, but they're showing me that number. But we also asked about Tammy. So if your son was 14, they keep pointing to him. Did he just get his hair cut, your son? I just keep smelling like, I know that sounds silly how you would smell a barber, but I do. So if your son just said something like, I need my hair cut, or you're just getting his hair cut, they're showing me that, okay? Hold on one second. Okay, no? Okay. Just put it to the side. 95% of what I read you should make sense at the beginning. If it's not making sense, just put that to the side. If it's not him, then I just keep seeing a haircut, just so you know. They just keep showing me that. Hold on one second. So Tammy is your BFF and she's crossed, but do you have a sister that's crossed over also? Because there's Tammy, and then there's a woman next to her, and it makes me feel like a sister. Like she's saying sister too. Okay, thank you. And as Tammy comes forward, can I add that she makes me feel that she was as much as a sister to you as your own sisters, if that makes sense? Yes. Okay, thank you, because she shows me that as well. I don't know if you two live in a small town, or you two snuck out when you were in high school or something like that, but she's saying that the town, it's either Tammy or your sister saying you guys lived in such a small town that it's like such a tight-knit town that if you snuck out, the neighbor would know. Do you know? It's almost like you couldn't get away with anything. if that makes any sense. She's showing me that. Tammy feels quite young when she passes away, yes? And she shows me 5, so I don't know. Oh, Sister Kim, okay. I don't know if she's 5 years, your friend Tammy passed 5 years ago, or if she passed in the month of March, but she shows me 5. So 5 is like 5 years ago, 5 kids passed in March or on the 5th of a month. But when I ask Tammy anything, she shows me that. She gives me the number 5. And I keep seeing, I feel like I have CPOD or I'm on oxygen. It's like, you know how people put oxygen in their nose? So I don't know if this was Tammy or if she's showing me you. Okay, 5 things happen upon her death. Thank you. That would be why she's showing me that as well. Can I just pause for a moment and say what a pretty soul she was? And she was your ride or die friend. There wasn't anything she wouldn't do for you, if that makes sense to you. Also, and someone keeps showing me it's like a lake, and I keep seeing a boat. So does someone live by water or something like that? Hold on one second. Did your dad smoke? I'm tasting smoke in my mouth. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay, you did a lot of that. Okay. Hold on one second. I just keep hearing lack of oxygen. Who has the problem with lack of oxygen or CPOD? It's almost like I could only walk a couple steps. It reminds me of like long COVID. Do you know what I mean? Where you can't walk because you're losing breath. Okay, that's you. Okay, just so you know, this would be your friend Tammy's way of watching over you. And it makes me feel like I can't do very much without getting dizzy. And that's why I was quiet, trying to understand. Yes, and Tammy and Dad both smoked. Okay. I'm trying to ask her for something very significant that she can show me, but your dad keeps coming through for some reason. So I don't know if you were Daddy's girl or if you've gone through some serious things lately where you've been asking your dad for help, but your dad is coming through. And he keeps pointing to that movie with Fiona, the movie Shameless, where the girl's really young, taking care of her whole family. So I don't know if you're the oldest or you took care of your whole family. But does that make sense to you when I say that? Do you know that movie Shameless? And the dad's name is Frank and Fiona takes care of the whole family. There's something about that with you. It's like you're the one everybody relies on. Hold on one second. I can't understand what Tammy's saying about her passing. You understand? Okay. And I don't know. Say that to me one more time. I don't know if this is Tammy or your sister that passed away in a tragic way where they had an action that was part of their passing. You hold everything together. Yeah. But I feel a heaviness. I don't think it's Tammy. I'm wondering if you had somebody that had an action that was part of their own passing. Either they drank a lot or they took pills or they had addiction problems, but this doesn't feel like Tammy to me. And what's interesting during a reading is the person who had the most regret or most pain will start to come forward and kind of show themselves too. Your sister, okay. Because she seems, this is something that my mom told me in a visit, is that people still find healing over there. So isn't it interesting where Tammy wasn't like perfect, obviously, but she lived the authentic life and she was a good person. Do you know what I mean? And then your sister caused harm with either an addiction or an action to the family here. In other words, they were trying to help her and they couldn't. And so her soul is still healing over there. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Let me see, anything else? Someone just said she can't catch a break. Have you said that lately? Your dad says you've had so many things happen back to back. You can't catch a break. Yes. Okay. He understands that. I don't know why I feel like the people with the biggest challenges have like the biggest life purpose, but I keep seeing writing around you. So I don't know if anybody's ever told you you should write a story. Do you also have a daughter? Because they just said her daughter should write a story about her. Something, oh, that's right, because of your miracle. So just a side note for people who are just coming on. Yes, that makes sense to you. Okay. And as soon as I saw your daughter, I started seeing butterflies. So I don't know if that's her sign or if you have a tattoo of a butterfly, but I kept seeing, that's something that they kept showing me. And they keep talking. Do you know somebody named Mary, either here or crossed over? Okay. Oh, Mom. Okay, did Tammy leave kids behind as well? It's almost like when I'm doing your reading, you, poor sweetie, you've had so many people pass away at such a young age. Do you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying, like, can't catch a break. Like, that's too much. Yeah. Hold on one second. Is there anything else, you guys? I'm like trying to get them going. I don't know if you've been extremely tired lately. That's one of the things that they keep showing me. And it feels like this, like there's been good days and then there's been bad days. Do you know what I mean? And you've been praying for just a couple good days. You're like, enough of this already. That's what I keep seeing too. But I keep seeing the butterfly. It's actually a blue butterfly. I just keep seeing that for some reason. So I don't know if that's a sign for your daughter or if she has a tattoo. But your mom's name is Mary. Okay, thank you. And Mom's crossed over too. Okay. Did you have all girls in the family or something? Did your mom do you have mostly sisters and just like 2 brothers? Why do I see everybody lined up and it feels like 2 guys and like 6 sisters, but it feels like a big family. Yeah. Somebody should definitely, yes, 5 girls and 1 boy. Okay, 6 people. Okay, so it wasn't 6 girls, it's 6 people in the family. That's why I'm seeing it. Because your mom's like laughing and she's like, look at all the girls. Like she's showing me like that. Yeah. One of the things that you need to know is that your mom is beyond proud of you, Shelly, and she hears your prayers. Sometimes we're praying and we're like, why is this not being answered? And it is just not in the way that we see it, if that makes any sense. And she keeps calling you her miracle baby. So I don't know if you've almost passed away or a couple times, or if you didn't make it, or it's like the cat that has 9 lives. If people are like, oh my gosh, I heard about you 3 years ago and I assumed that you had passed already, but your mom is calling you her miracle baby. Does that make sense to you? That's you. Yeah, she just keeps saying that. But she's saying that that title is getting tough to wear, or tough to wear. I don't know how she's putting it. Does that make sense to you when she says that? Is your son, I'm going to go back to your son because now she's talking about your son. Yeah. Is your son in high school or something? Because the main thing that she said is on the forefront of your mind is she wants, is that she said that you keep wanting to know that your son's going to be okay. Yes? Okay. There's something about that he's 16. Okay. So there's something about, I don't know what happened to him at 14. I don't know if there is a divorce or if someone passed away when your son was 14, but they kept talking about when your son was 14, or if that's when you got diagnosed, but they just keep showing me him at 14. Yeah. you have a lot of people in the community and a lot of people in the family that are trying to step up. And I don't know if you said if I could just stay alive until he's like 17 or 18, because I know you having challenges with your health, right, because of the oxygen, then I keep seeing that too. But you are the miracle baby, and if you are getting bored because you don't know what to do because you can't move very much, try to record your story. And I don't know why I keep seeing, Teresa Caputo has like an actual tape and tape cassette. I keep seeing that. Yeah, that was your prayer. Okay. Something to keep you off of your mind from racing, or maybe a monotonous day where you feel like it's Groundhog Day. You're like, well, this is it. This is the only thing I can do today, so I'm just going to do this. But they keep showing me that. And you might not feel you have the energy to do a lot of writing, but record your story, because while you're here, or even after, it's a story that can be shared with others or just for your family. But I just keep hearing record your story. Okay. It reminds me of Cheryl Strayed and all of the challenges that she had. Okay. I am pulling back a little bit. I don't know, Shelly, if you're dehydrated, but get some, it's like Celtic salt with some water, because as I'm doing your reading, I'm a bit parched. And it can be, sometimes people drink tons of water and they're like, I don't know why I'm so dehydrated. But I've learned on this app and from other people, get sea salt, or it's like Celtic tomato, salt, and take a dab of it on your tongue and drink water. Do you hate water? Do you hate water? Like some people hate the taste of water. I tell Candy to get me some water. Yeah. Because I feel so thirsty. And so if you're not a fan of water, get cucumbers and mint and lemon and put it in too. Do you know what I mean? Because some people would rather drink other things besides water. Because I feel very parched as I pull back from your energy. Okay? Oh, you love water. Okay. Yeah. What I've learned is I used to drink it so much and I was still dehydrated. And then on this app, people have, I see you, Jennifer. Hold on one second. Just because I'm in the middle of a reading. Yeah. So try that. I am pulling back. I hope this brought you some good messages to let you know that you have a very strong spiritual team around you. It seems like dad, mom, sister, and your friend Tammy all watching over you. Okay? And I keep hearing, you've got this, you've got this. That's how they are wording it to me. So I'm going to take a break and say hi to people. Thank you guys for being here. Jennifer, sorry you got muted during Shelly's reading. You guys may not know this, but I'm extremely sensitive. So if someone comments while I'm giving someone else a reading, I'm going to start downloading your family. And that's not your fault or anybody else's fault. It's just my sensitivity. So that's why we always mute people. Even if you're saying hi or you're like, I'm trying to get a reading. It's just while I'm doing a reading, it makes it, it's almost like I'm having a conversation with somebody and you're talking to me and I can't navigate. But thank you guys for being here. Jennifer, I will probably be going live on Saturday too if today doesn't work for you. You're welcome, Shelly. And keep in mind, I do private readings and text readings, so you can go to my website right there and set something up too. Or if you want to schedule the next time I go live, you can shoot me an email, Jennifer, and I can correspond that way as well. Whew, thank you guys for being here. Moderator, thank you so much. If you're not following Kim Coffee Crystals, please do. We're trying to get her to 1,000 so that she can go live and show her crystals. You know how that is when you're trying to change careers and move into something totally different. She's trying to do that. There she is. Oh, thank you, Erin. Yeah, I saw yours too. Thank you. So Erin, I didn't see Jennifer's, so I know it goes Shelly, Shelly, Agnes and Aaron. Those are the 3 readings we're doing. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Yeah, Shell Bell and I did a Zoom reading. So I do those too, and those are recorded. It's kind of nice to have so you can listen to it back again. Yeah, so Jennifer, you just don't know how to get to my account. Do you see this? Do you see where it says peace-serenity.com? Do you see that? You can also just go to my website because it can be confusing on here. Yeah, just go there, sweetheart. Communicate with me through there. You can send me a reading request form or you can email me, sweetheart, whatever works for you, okay? Keep in mind, if you didn't pay for a reading today, I just have 2 more readings and then I'm going to pull for free, which I do always at the end if I do have time. I pull from James Van Prague's cards, Talking to Heaven. So I will be pulling cards after I do the readings too, okay? But thank you guys for being here. Thank you, moderator, too. We appreciate it. When I do these readings, if someone is reaching out to you, oh, thank you, Mishy Moon. I wish I could go live together with you. I'm just trying to focus on the readings I'm doing right now, but thank you. Say the other thing that you see, I get distracted. So Aaron's reading is next. If someone is reaching out to you right now pretending like they're me, that's not me. I just had a long-term client even say, Julie, the message that you're sending me via TikTok doesn't make sense. And I said, are you following 2 Julies or 1 Julie? And she said, 2, don't you have 2 accounts? I said, no, this is my only account. And to know it's me, for one, I never DM you to say, it'll be like a corny thing. It's like bots where it says, hi beloved, I'm feeling very drawn to you today. I'd like to pull some cards for you. I will never message you. And the only way that they can message you is if you're following them and they're following you. So this is my only account. When in doubt, go to the amount of followers. I think I have 45.1K followers. The scam accounts will have like 200, 300. One actually has about 1,000. This app won't do anything about it. So the only thing I can do is educate you and keep you safe. You can look at my previous videos and I've pinned how many accounts are out there. But if you're safe and you just keep yourself knowledge, then you know that this is my only account. Okay, thanks, Aaron. All right. So Agnes, aka Champagne, you are next. Thank you, Mishy Moonstone. I love that. Thank you. Okay. So Agnes, you are next. Hello, sunshine. And I don't know if you want to hear from your mom, but I already have a lady coming through. So the way I like to work these readings is I like to see who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know their relationship to you. And this is for Champagne. Agnes Champagne. And I just scribble. That's why I have this out. I'll start to see, hear, and feel things that they want me to tell you. And keep in mind, these are supposed to be recorded on this app, but always press screen record or write some notes just in the event that something funky happens and it's not working. Friend that passed. Okay. Is your friend that passed, is that a woman? And was there head trauma or was it an accident? Okay. There's a woman coming in first around you. Let me acknowledge her first. Your friend, the male that passed away, was, whenever I feel a dizzy feeling and I feel a head trauma, this was like an accident or a blow to the head or someone fell and hit their head. I just keep seeing that. Does that make sense to you? Hold on one second. And is there John or James? I'll hear both of those names together, either here or crossed over. So yes, there was an accident. Was the accident with your friend? Sorry, I didn't know if you're asking John or James if that's yes to that or the accident. Accident with your friend. Thank you. Can I ask you, sweetheart? He's just making me feel like he's very fond of you. So as you say he's a friend, was he also a love interest? Because he's extremely fond of you to just be a friend. So I don't know if you're like, he's the one that got away, or I just wondered if we were going to get married. But he very much loves you, more so than a friend. Yes, at one point he was. Thank you. Because this is feeling more romantic than a friend. That's the feeling. And did you say anything about the John James? I just keep seeing that. You've got to have a mother figure crossed over or a grandmother that you are named at, because there's a very strong lady when I'm trying to hear your friend come through, and she's very loud. So are you named after your grandmother or something, sweetheart? Not a John James. Okay, I'll go ahead and put that to the side. It can be a J name that I don't know about. That's okay, either here and or crossed over. But you have a loud lady who's trying to, it's almost like they're trying to take their microphone, your friend's trying to talk, and then this lady's a kick. She's not quiet. Do you know what I mean? To me, this is like, she's a mother figure, so this is either like grandmother or your mom, but I can tell you she's very strong. I would go for aunt too if she was part of raising you and you guys were really close, but I've got to acknowledge this lady that's with you as well. Okay, hold on one second. Grandmother, yes, crossed over both my mom and dad's side. Okay, this one, if she comes through as a mother, she was more a part of raising you, and there's something about it would be like a namesake. There would be something where you guys, either your first middle name is like the same. She just keeps coming through, unless you were born on her birthday. There's something similar with you guys, kindred spirits. That's how she puts it with me. Hold on one second. Is there also a Kevin, like Kevin? There's like a name like that with the EV, Devin, Kevin, or I would go for Ebby. You were both born on the same month. And also, if you were her favorite or you were the first granddaughter, I can tell you she's coming through. Hold on one second. Do you guys live in a small town or something? As your friend comes through and I'm trying to get any more information from him, I keep hearing that name, John. I swear to God. So I don't know if it's not on your side, if it's on his side, and he's trying to talk about his dad or his brother or son, but he is bringing up that name for me for you. So hold on one second. Do you live in a small town or something? Because he's singing that song. It's just a small town girl living in a lonely world. So I don't know if he's trying to show me that you guys grew up in a small town together. Did he pass and then some time happened where it was like three days later you heard about it? Okay, thank you. He keeps showing me 3, so I don't know. Yes, okay, that's how he's showing me this as well. What a good guy. Do you know what I mean? What a sweet guy. And there's something about you being able to see his potential and other people couldn't. And he passed away on January 3rd too. Okay, thank you. That's his way to show me this. No matter how old he was, did he have a baby face? Like there's something like baby, he keeps saying baby face. He keeps saying that over and over again. And I keep hearing the Katy Perry song, The One That Got Away. It's like you guys just met. It reminds me of The Notebook, where they just met at the wrong time. Do you know, does that make sense to you? He did have a baby face, chubby, yeah. He's also making me feel that, yes, exactly, okay. You have to know that if it didn't work out for some reason at that time, that I just feel he never stopped hoping that it would be you, that you would be the one. And I don't know if you were always concerned about him, if he had great potential but couldn't get healthy or do the right thing, if you were always like concerned about that for him, but because he makes me feel like you were always watching out for him. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It's like you could see the potential in him, but he couldn't see it in himself. Yes, health was a major one. Yeah. And you're like, I'm going to age gracefully. I'm going to keep, yes, it does absolutely. Okay, because he keeps making me feel like he was very sweet, but also stubborn and would not kind of like listen to you. So he's like, well, I guess you were right. You were right about everything that you said. Do you understand? He just keeps saying that. I know, you got such a sweet soul. There's some, say it again, self-sabotaging. So when people have a good potential, even if you're loving on them like nobody's business, which you did, I feel, and they can't see that in themselves, they have self-sabotaging behavior. And I feel like he keeps saying that, self-sabotaging behavior. But you were right, everything that you said. So I don't know if you yourself have had premonitions. Are you a teacher or anything like that? Did you ever want to go into teaching? You'd be very good at, you would be very good at it. I think we both had self-sabotaging behavior. Okay. Health-wise for him, he's talking about, you're a teaching assistant. Yep, because he shows me that too. There's something about how self-sabotaging behavior health-wise for him, whereas you're like, I'm not going to put that in my body. Everything was moderation with you. You always had more control over things than they had of you. He makes me feel like, I don't know if he dealt with different addictions or something like that, but you had more of control over things than he did. Does that make sense to you when he says that? He does. He did. Yes. Okay. So he's owning that. So you're being really humble and you're being very nice, but he 100%. Yeah. Okay. Because he keeps showing me it. I don't know if you guys have an Evelyn, an Evie, a Devin, Kevin, but I keep getting an Evie around you, either here or crossed over. I keep seeing that. Are there twins in your family or something like that? I just saw two people that looked exactly like, so I don't know if he had a twin brother or it was very fleeing. It went by so fast. Okay. Can you show me anything else, sweetie? He had a sister, but not a twin, correct? Unless they looked a lot alike and they were like 9 months, they call them Irish twins. Nope, then that's not it. I think it's on your side. Do you not have twins on your side of the family? They did. Okay. They looked alike. Okay, so people wouldn't know. Because he literally just showed me that movie with Amanda Vines. And your grandmother had twins. Okay, so it's a double message. Because I was like, twins. Yes, twins. They passed. Okay, yeah. That's everybody's way of just starting to come through. I saw it so fleeting. Yeah. He loves the way that you're still doing things for him, still like remembering things, or you're like, this is his song. For some reason, I keep seeing the Stranger Things. Show me that one more time. Stranger Things movie has all of those, like where they make like tape cassettes for people. I don't know if he actually did that for you, or that's like a lot of Journey songs, 80s songs, if those were the time where you guys were around each other the most, or why he's showing me that soundtrack, which is from the 80s. But I keep seeing that, and I keep hearing some. It's not like country songs. It's like all the rock bands like from then. It reminds me of like Foreigner, Journey. I just keep hearing those. So just so you know, this is the way that he's coming through with that as well. It wasn't anybody's fault the way that he passed. One of the things that he makes me feel like there was something reckless about it, and when yes, rock bands. Yeah, I swear I'm just hearing I'm hearing all of them from, it's like 80s rock bands. Yes. And even the t-shirts, like the whole thing, he just keeps showing me that. And he keeps saying, you grew up, but he just never really did. He was like, he always wanted, It reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Saint Elmo's Fire. The guy who plays, he's showing me that movie, and it's like the guy who plays Rob Lowe in that movie where he's like, everybody grows up, and then Rob Lowe character, it's just like I just want to stay like this. I don't really want to grow up. Reminds me of like Peter Pan. Do you know what I mean? He wanted to just stay youthful. He wanted all of that. It's almost like life was just too serious for him, and you understand, yeah. And so you were like, come on, you could always see his potential. You're like, no, she's like, wow, yes, he's gonna get there. He's gonna get there one day. And you guys kept growing, and then he just it's almost like fighting and regressing or something like that. So just know he shows me that. But from this day ever, and it must be like 80s movies, because he's showing me Molly Ringwald now with Ducky. You will forever be the one that he admired the most, the one that he was like, if I ever get my SHIT together, I know I could win her back. You were always the one that he thought of, if I'm going to be with anybody in this lifetime, it's going to be her. So just so you know, he always felt that way. And when you think about it, I understand, sir. I wish you would. I mean, he won't. I swear I could sing this whole time. That song also, Dream On, Dream On, Dream On, Dream till your dreams come true. I just keep hearing it, just so you know. And he does say you have a very special gift in helping others. So don't ever discount that or think like, oh gosh, I'm not making a difference. Because the work you're doing, you may not see the difference until about 10 years down the line, but you're the kind of like teachers where somebody will come back and say, I graduated from high school because of you. You just have like this big heart, and you just care so bad for the underdog. It's almost like you have a gift of looking around and seeing like who needs coaxing, or who needs that self-esteem boost. Do you understand? And that's a true gift. Some people may say, oh, it's just because you have a big heart. That may be the case too. But I think it's part of your life purpose is to help people who feel like they don't belong here, or they feel awkward or insecure. I feel like you really lift them up. Is that making any sense to you? Because he says you're really good at it, and you did it for him for a time. But he, as kind as he was, he did have a stubborn side, and he didn't want people telling him what to do. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Just know he's showing me that, and I am pulling back a little bit. But this grandmother, the one where you guys have the same month, it's more than her just being your grandmother. When you have a spirit this strong, and she had been through a lot in that lifetime, because she kind of shows me strong like this. Like, I don't know if she grew up on a farm. Reminds me of my family, where it's like, those were like not your average women. They were very strong. It's like, I don't need a man to help me open up a jar. Do you know what I mean? They're going to do it. As your friend moves to the side and blows kisses because he adores you and always will, your grandmother is stepping forward more of like, hey, I was loud because I'm her guide, and I'm going to help her with big dreams. So you might have been the little girl in the classroom always daydreaming out the window that you were going to do something big with your life. Don't let your logic discount that, and don't shrink for it, anybody. Don't hide your light. Don't hide your dreams. Whatever you want to do, it's possible. So I don't know why I see that with you, but whenever I see that with somebody, I always say they have a job that they're doing, which is fine, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 job, and that's good, but they're a big dreamer. Thank you, Paige. Okay, so I'm pulling back. Our Pags family. All right, so I'm pulling back. Hopefully that brought you some comfort today. Know that he is at peace on the other side. I have a feeling this is somebody who's probably, yes, this is beautiful, you're welcome. I have a feeling like he's gonna come back and give it another try during a time when guys can be softer, because at the end of the day, this world was just too harsh for him, and he was very sensitive. Hey, Candy, Bo Bandy. Thank you guys for having such good manners. You're welcome, sweetheart. Make notes right after or screen record your readings, because sometimes this app records and sometimes it doesn't. Thanks, Erin. Thank you, Agnes. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, Champagne Agnes, are you Polish? I usually don't hear that name. My grandmother's name is Agnes Grzinski. My readings are closed today, but I'll be on Saturday. If you want to sign up ahead of time, I didn't see it, Jennifer, but I'll put Polish. Yes, I thought so. I love that. Yeah, her name was Agnes Grzinski. I didn't see it, Jennifer, but after I do Erin's reading, I'll pull on here. Thanks, Mishy Moonstone. How do you sign up? If you want to sign up for Saturday's reading, you can go see right there. You can either go to my Venmo and make a $40 donation, or you can, do you see how this shows my website? Peace-Serenity. When in doubt, you can always go there and message me and let me know what kind of reading you want. I do other readings too. I do private readings. I do phone readings and things like that. I do text readings, Zoom readings. So whatever meets your needs, I do those. Yes. So Erin's next, and I will be pulling cards for people too. And let me see if I can get you in tonight, Jennifer. If for any reason I can't, I will reach out to you and I'll be coming back on. But I feel like I have enough energy to do that. Hold on for 1 second. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys my best service, and I'm getting a little bit thirsty. So hold on. You're going to be listening to my dog Delilah snore, and I'm going to practice what I preach and stay hydrated. So Erin's next, and then Jennifer, and I'll be right back. Thank you, guys. Woohoo! Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. I keep hearing that song. Hi, Beach Day. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Pags family. Yeah, I wish I did. I don't have spaces available on this app today, but if you message me, I do have some spots this evening for text readings. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. But I will be going live Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, moderator. If you're not following Kim Coffee Crystals, please do. We're trying to get her to 1,000. She posts really cool things about trusting your intuition, and tells you all about crystals and things like that. Perfect. So Erin, I'm getting ready for your reading. Thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate you guys doing such a good job. Okay, Erin. So you've seen me do the previous readings, and the way that I do these is I'm going to connect with your energy. Just take a deep breath. You're fine. I never hear anything bad. I'll hear like 4 warnings, like, I would check the tires on your car, things like that. But these are good spirits, and I always set my intention that we're going to be surrounded by beautiful angelic realms. So you're good. So take a deep breath. And so who would you like to hear from today, sweetheart? I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are in relationship to you. Erin, Erin, Erin. Your grandmother. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. Erin, one of the things that I'm feeling is they'll start kind of showing me things about you first. I don't know, were you an old soul? Your grandmother comes forward and just keeps talking about how you're such an old soul and how you're actually intuitive. She keeps talking to me about like that. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. And I keep getting a feeling of there's something like how she's saying it to me. She must have been part of raising you. Oh, and you love 70s music, which is why you're understanding about all those other messages that there will be like double messages like that for sure. Okay, but one of the things that your grandmother's making me feel is that she had to be part of also helping raise you, because one of the things that she's making me feel is like, yes, grandparents were around. Yes, I have great parents, but was around her all the time. That's how I'm feeling. So if you ever say, I was so grateful to have my grandmother, she's like, no, no, you've got that all backwards. I was grateful to have you. It's like you kept her going. And where other kids were like, I don't want to go play with grandma, you actually wanted to go over there. Why is your grandmother showing me crushed herbs? She's giving me a feeling of, okay, so I only talk about myself in your reading if it's going to be like, my grandmother was one of the first like organic gardeners, like back in the day before anybody ever talked about it. I don't know if your grandmother was big on like gardens or making her own herbs, or if in your culture they cook with a lot of herbs, but I'm actually seeing like crushed herbs. It makes me feel like, is this making any sense to you? I'm like, are these dried herbs or are these dried flowers? I'm trying to understand. She was a great cook. Okay. But like had her own herbs. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm not even buying them from a store. Yes, everything from scratch. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's how she makes me feel. And there's part of that for you as well. Okay, hold on one second. Did your grandmother pass away at home? Because one of the things that I'm feeling is she's making me feel like I'm supposed to thank your parents for watching over her, like helping her with her passing. So usually when they do that, it's like someone was on hospice or she was on assisted living. Wherever they had her, but a very good one. I was just going to say, wherever they had her, it was more like a home, because I didn't smell all of the stuff that you normally smell in a home. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But your parents set that up for her. She's making me feel, because she was able to pass in dignity. So she keeps bringing that up. And she was never forgotten about there. She was treated extremely well. Does that make sense to you when she says that? Hold on one second. Did she, I don't know if she's showing me too, if she was married 2 times or if she had, oh, she was, and I do. Okay. Yeah, you loved going there, right? It was very homey wherever you guys found for her. She showed me 2 men. So I'm trying to understand, she was married twice or she has 2 boys, but she shows me two men. Are you wondering right now, did you just change careers? Are you okay? She had a son and 1 passed away. Okay, so the 2. Okay, that's her way of showing me that as well. Okay. Yes. And was someone so strong like this as, yeah, I was thinking about asking her about my career. Yeah. And does that say college? I can't read the second word. So she understands that. Hold on one second. This is going to sound cliche. Change. Okay. This is going to sound cliche, but she's saying, instead of following the money, follow what you love to do, because the money will come. And she keeps talking about that. And I don't know if you're the fashionista or if you're really big on fashion, or why I keep seeing the Devil Wears Prada and all those clothes. Do you have your grandmother's clothes or something? You are in fashion? Okay. Fashionista. Yeah, and she was. Okay. That's so funny. And she wore a lot of red. Oh, the Devil Wears Prada. Yeah. Yeah. All the time. Okay. Fashionista. I just keep seeing so many clothes. Okay. And I know we're in the month of April, but she actually brings up April 2 being someone's birthday and or day of passing. So she shows me that also. Wait, come on, Grandma. Is there anything you want me to tell her? Do you have your grandmother's ring? also, because she shows me like this. And that's like she left you jewelry, or you have her ring, or your mom has it and it's going to you. Because she shows me her ring like that. Try not to overthink the decision for your career. If it's something that you're good at, your mom does, but it's meant for you, right? There's something about like my mom has it, but my mom said that she's going to leave that to me. That's how your grandmother's putting it to me. Try not to overthink the career change that you're going through right now, okay? Try not to overthink that. I also feel that there's something about you where people, I'm hoping I say this in the best way. It's like people think that you're really pretty, so there's no way you could be smart. I don't know if this is making it sound right, but don't let people pat you on the head and be like, okay, now, you know, let us men and us older people, yeah, you get that, okay, do the rest of it, and you just sit there and look pretty, and it reminds me of Legally Blonde, where she's like, I'm more than just this. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to run and go get your coffee. Like how Vivian played that role in Legally Blonde. For some reason, I keep seeing that. So yes, you understand. And the thing is like, whatever, you're so feisty that you're like, don't treat me like that. Yeah, don't let people treat you like that, and don't let that sink in that like, oh, maybe I'm not good at all of this stuff, because don't overthink it. She just keeps saying like that. That's one of the things that she's been saying. You are. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you're in a male dominant industry or why she's showing me that, but you're going to have to, it's almost like you're going to have to prove yourself, be consistent and prove yourself, maybe more so than someone else because of their, demeanor, or if it's the good old boys club. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It makes me feel like very old school, male dominant industry. So do you work in the lawyer in the legal field? It just makes me feel like it's so like that there. But she does keep talking about how you're one of these females who has the potential to break the glass ceiling. So I don't know if you need more of a certification or just a little bit more education to go the next level. But the only thing holding you back is your belief that you may not be good enough. And so when they're telling you you get that patting on the head, then that kind of reinforces you're like, maybe I'm not. Try not to doubt yourself. And you probably will make mistakes. Everybody does. But there's something about she's trying to help you. Yes, prove myself to my parents and dad. Yeah. Are they old-fashioned? Are your parents old-fashioned? Like they have old-fashioned ideas for you? They're like, no, you're going to stay home and you're going to get married and you're going to raise the kids. You're like, I want to have my business and I want the guy to stay home and raise the kids. Do you know what it's something like that? Yes, they are. I'm wanting to go singing and get my TV production certification. Okay. Which also is, I'm going to go back to a male dominant industry that unfortunately, I mean, it's starting to change right now, but you might see that. Do you understand what I'm talking about when you're talking about TV production certification? So grandma's just letting you know that feisty side that you have, where everybody's like, adjust your attitude, you understand? Okay, good. Because she kept saying male dominant industry. She kept saying like that. So just keep going. You're at a great time in today's day and age where you can actually do this and succeed, where you don't have to like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. But there is something, she's like, unfortunately, you are going to have to be like more consistent and prove yourself. But once you get there, you're going to be very good at it. And I don't know why I keep seeing you do screenplay writing too, but I like I feel like the singing, that's good. I like that for you. But I also, the whole TV production thing, I feel like you're just naturally good at that. Because I keep seeing, show me that one more time, like screenplay writing. I think you'd be really good at that. Have you ever looked into that as well? If you're a big TV buff, yes, then you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. And we need more people in different cultures writing to give us different ideas. You did that for school. How funny. Yeah, because I'm seeing that. See how she knows? I love this because there's like no way I would know that. Yeah. Again, male dominant industry so far. Like it's changing, but still. Do you understand? So just know this is your grandmother's way of coming through. She's saying that you were always born with this like feisty spirit, and you're going to need that feisty spirit to keep going and persevere, because sometimes it's challenging to keep moving towards a dream that other people don't understand, especially when you come from a culture where you're the first one to be like the chain breaker. Do you understand what she's saying? But she's with you. She's got your back. You definitely get that from my mom. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So when someone is your guide and your helper, not just your ancestor, and they're coming through like this, they often say, I'm going to help you through this. And so if you run through where you're like stuck on something, or you feel like you're having a challenge, just know, if you put your heart's desire and you're moving forward something and it doesn't happen the way you want it to, I always say, hold tightly to your dream, hold loosely to how it unfolds. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like, for example, I only explain myself in the reading, in your reading if it helps, but I always wanted to publish books. And I always wrote Dart Publishing, my last name on everything, Dart Publishing, when I didn't even know what a publishing company was. But when I went through a divorce and I lost my parents and I started writing, I was like, it would just be so much easier if a publishing company would pick up my books, and it just didn't happen. No matter how much I prayed and I tried, I could not get it. My agent started embezzling from his company. No one would pick up my book. And then sitting at a cafe one time, this manager came over and he said, you should self-publish. I said, I don't have enough money for that. And he said, what if we gave you $3,000 to start publishing your own books? And I didn't want to accept it at the beginning, but he insisted. So he gave me this check. So do you understand? It's like, that was my dream, to get a book published. And I wanted someone else to do it. But no matter how much I was praying and trying, it would not happen. But the moment I said, okay, maybe I'll do it on my own, the money was there and I started. Do you understand? Okay. That's similar to you. So there's something about, if someone's, and don't share your ideas with other people either. Like, have them sign an NDA. Your grandmother saying that you already have different ideas. Don't give those to people so freely. Do you understand what she's saying? She's very protective over you. Yeah. She's showing me that movie, Dora the Explorer. I guess that was a teacher that came up with that and gave that idea, shared that idea with someone else. And then they ended up coming up with Dora the Explorer, and the teacher that created that never got the credit for it. So it's something like that. Even if it's in a professional setting, make sure you have documentation of that being your idea. Make sure you have, outside of this, people. You loved Dora as a child? Okay. Yeah, my kids did too. Okay. So just so you know, she's just very she's like, don't be over trusting. I feel like you don't lie, so you don't think other people lie. So you're like, well, they wouldn't do that because I wouldn't do that. They would though. Do you know what I mean? So be careful of, for some reason, she's making me feel like you're Little Red Riding Hood. Be careful of the wolf. Do you know what I mean? There may be a wolf amongst everybody. Listen to her for guidance. Yeah, miss her a lot. No, I understand why you would. She just, very kind person who, it's not like she didn't have challenges in her life, but she always made an intention to like help others and be there for them and still smile. But it wasn't like she didn't have any challenges. Do you understand? So I feel like she was a good person for you, like a role model, but she always believed in you. She still does. She knew, it's like God gave her the vision of like, this is going to be the granddaughter that's going to do all this. So not easy when you're breaking through old patterns of generations of families not doing this, and then not understanding why you just can't marry a rich guy. You're like, I'm going to be a rich woman and he's going to stay home with the kids. So just keep going, because you're the only one that sees this dream. Eventually other people will see that. Okay? Yes. Okay. Good job, sweetheart. Yeah. So I am pulling back. Just know this is her way of coming through. And you're not making it up when you're like, I feel like she's around me. I feel like she's talking to me. She is your guide. I'm a medium, so I have the ability to channel for you guys, but this energy that I'm channeling for you guys is always around you. So this is your love for them and vice versa. And I'm just the conduit. When I'm gone, that energy is still ever flowing around you. Do you understand? It's just a matter of finding like, how do they talk to us? Because this isn't something that's taught in kindergarten, is it? It's like, here's your ABCs, here's your color, primary colors. And guess what? You can talk to your loved ones, and this is how. Yeah. So just keep talking to her. She's definitely guiding you and she's helping you, and you're not making this up. Like, I am going to write a screenplay one day. She keeps showing me the lady, Mimi, she was on The Office. And she was a writer for them too. For some reason, I keep seeing her. I don't know if she's a mentor for you, but get a vision board of all these women like Reese Witherspoon and Mimi. I can see her name in my mind, but I can't think of it. But she was on the TV show The Office, and then she started writing, right? And had her own show. Now she's doing that now. And how funny, because I mentioned Legally Blonde in your reading, and two of the things that they just showed me are Reese Witherspoon and Mimi, who I think is going to be like the third Legally Blonde. So get a vision board of all these women who did break that glass ceiling, and know that you're as equally deserving to be in that group as everybody else. Okay? Best of luck with you, sweetheart. Yeah. Your grandmother's such a good cook that I feel like I'm getting hungry. For some reason. I know she made curry or tandoori chicken or something, but she had these recipes where she would marinate things for days. She was so good. And then to have her own fresh garden. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, you don't want to just buy any tomatoes. You've got to get them from a garden or here. And the way that she made things, even if I had the recipe, I wouldn't be able to make it like that. Do you understand? She was so intuitive with her cooking, I feel. So anyway, I'm getting really hungry as your grandmother is coming through. So thank you. Yes, I can see why you miss her, sweetheart. Just know she's very much around you, as she is one of your guides. We have ancestors around us always helping, then we have like a guide. Do you know what I mean? Like, my dad was not a very good dad, but he is crossed over on the side, and he's one of my main guides. It's like his job. And so I always hear the song Promise is it by New World Order? I don't know who sings it, but yeah, anyway. She's guiding you. Yeah, so she's guiding me. Yes. She's helping you. It reminds me of, no wonder I'm hearing that song. Do you know that song by oh, come on, Julie. It's Cinderella, but is her name Brandy? And it goes, impossible for a dun 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 to become a dun 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 dun. Impossible. You need to listen to that song. I think, is it Whitney Houston who sings that? I should write down all my stuff. I don't know who sings that song. But it's like you're Cinderella and she's your fairy godmother. Yeah, it's that song. It's like, nothing's impossible. I can help you. She didn't say it's going to be easy, but she did say it's going to be possible. And with your determination and keep going, that's what's going to keep it going. And you are going to make mistakes. You have to just dust off and keep going. You have a feisty spirit for a reason, so that this dream can come to fruition. Because someone else would be like, forget it. I'm not arguing with my parents anymore about this. I'm just going to conform. But you're not here to do that, sweetheart. So head up, shoulders back, wings out. I always say, have that confidence. It's like fake it until you make it. I say faith it until you make it. So perfect. Thank you guys for being on here. Jennifer, I know you had your reading too. I don't like doing readings when my energy gets a little bit sleepy. And I did promise people I would do some cards for them, and then I have a couple readings later on. So Jennifer, what I'm going to do is, can you email me? Because if I don't do a reading on here when you pay, I can always do a text reading to get to you as well. And sometimes I feel like everything happens for a reason. If I don't do your reading here and I do it via text, texting readings are the bomb. All the information comes out crazy good. I just did a reading for a client yesterday, and I was like, Gary, Indiana. And she goes, why are you saying that? And I said, do you know anybody named Gary? She goes, no, but I'm in Indiana, but I'm from Florida. Perfect. Yeah, I pride myself in not doing it when I'm sleepy. I just feel like, yes, but I am gonna pull cards for people. I can do this if my energy is starting to get a little bit low. But Jennifer, let's do yours via text, because I do have those open for tonight even, so I can still get that done, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do some cards for people. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. If you can do me a favor and just tap the screen and put a heart in the comments, I'll go ahead and start pulling readings for people. But thank you guys for being here. God and angels, please surround everybody. Help them with their dreams to come true. Give them love where they're feeling depressed, and give them hope and joy, because they all deserve it. Okay, Yvonne, new baby. There is no such thing as death. And this also means you're kind of intuitive. Do you know what I mean? Tate 88. You have nothing to feel guilty about. If you're always the one who's like, if you feel guilty about someone's passing and you didn't get there in time, know that they jump sometimes before we get there. It's not that they don't love us enough. It has nothing to do with that, but sometimes it's going to hurt too much to hold on, so they have to jump. But also this card is like, if you're a person that starts to blame yourself wrongfully for things, you're not responsible for other people's feelings. Jenny, I am here helping you. You still have help on the other side, sweetheart. Sporty mom, believe that you can do it. Sporty mom. Sometimes we're looking for that outside guidance, like, can you please show me that I should be doing this? And we don't have that, so we have to believe in it ourselves first, and then other people will see it. Elena, we have been together in dreams. This also means to write down any messages you're getting in your actual dreams or daydreams about your business and moving forward. Oh, good. Tate 88. Dandy, how are you, sunshine? Oh, if you keep feeling like there's no time, or I'm too old now, or I wish this all would have happened before because I would have more time, it's an illusion. This is all happening for you at the exact place, right time, right people, because had it happened any sooner, you wouldn't have learned the things that you needed to learn. So if you have a new idea, you're writing a book, something new for you, Dandy, that's what that is. And look up the post that I just had, because they're saying that that's for you too. You're welcome, Elena. Trisham, I am at rest with the rest of the family. I feel like this is a mom figure around you, letting you know that they're watching over you as well. And you're doing better than you think. You're welcome, Dandy. I always think about you, sweetheart. Always. Paige's family. Oh, as a soul, I can be several places at once. And this also means Pag's family, or Paige family, Pag's family. This also means that it's like, think like a child, plan like an adult. You might be thinking like an adult and planning like an adult. So if lately you've been going, because life is not as exciting, and you're like, I'm following all the right rules, what's going on? It's like, it's time to put some silliness in your life. Like, it's almost like you need a girls' trip. Do you know what I mean? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And then Kim, let me pull one for you. Kim, please follow Kim Coffee Crystals. Let's get her to 1,000. She does so much. Oh, good, Pag's family. I'm so glad. Tears are very cleansing, but this also means, Kim, to look for shapes of things in the shapes of hearts. Like if you get a coffee and there's a heart, or you're putting sauce on your food and you're like, is that a heart shape? Or if you look up in the clouds and there's a heart shape cloud, they're trying to show you that they're bringing more love to yourself too. And be kind to yourself. Little bit of sun. You're welcome, Kim. Little bit of sun. I see your thoughts. And this also means like 111. 111. Watch your thoughts. I sent a request through your page today for a text reading. Oh, That's okay, Paige. I'll message you. Thank you. Sherry. Although you may not understand it, but everything happens for a reason. And the divine, as long as we keep moving forward and don't think like, how am I going to get back at those people? Or they treated me horrible and they got away with it. If we're just like, I'm going to let karma take care of itself, we will see all of the puzzle pieces fall into our favor. Oh, good, little bit of sun. I really need to believe the message I'm going through. Oh, yes. Sporty mom. Yeah, I get it. Mishy Moonstone. You are never alone. And I don't know if you're going to start writing a book or if you're going to start teaching, Mishy, but this reminds me of you. Yeah. And Megan Harris. I'm so better now. And this is, whenever I say signs from rainbows are a sign of hope, I really do mean that. And the other day, if you didn't see my story before, I was telling everybody that I was asking for a sign for my mom. And I wanted it to be a rainbow. I usually say, just show me a sign. But I was like, show me a rainbow, Mom. And it was raining and it's kind of sunny. I thought I was going to say rainbow, no. And then I went to go get food. And the girl at the restaurant, her name was Rainbow. So I was like, thanks, Mom. Sherry, that makes sense. Thank you so much. My son, just passed. And I keep asking why. I understand. As a medium, I had a lot of loved ones pass back to back. And people may not know this, but I started my business around 2003 and I shut it down. I never thought I would do readings again in 2013 because I lost so many people back to back. So when we lose people, it's really important to up our self-care and to have a good group that's going to like have your back and be there for you. Because it seems to me, Sherry, you're there for a lot of people, and let people be there for you, but the right ones. Do you know what I mean? You don't need people coming over and go, well, when I lost my mom, you're like, no, hold space for me. I'm going through this right now. And for some reason, I keep hearing The Rose with you, the song The Rose. You know how that goes? In the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. I keep hearing that for you, Sherry. And I don't know if you guys lost animals also, but I can see that around your son. Emily. Oh, now I have no pain. And this also is like if someone liked tulips also are passed in the spring, that's to show you that they're with you too. Thank you. I appreciate. Yes, thank you. I understand. Oh my God. My son used to say that I was a big rose. How would I know that? See? He's at peace on the other side. I don't know how he passed. I don't want to talk about that on here, but I do know that he's like, he keeps saying, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. Mom, don't be afraid for me. He's at peace. And I don't know if your dad's passed away or grandpa, that there's a man with him and that's who helped him cross over. So he didn't pass away by himself. He makes me feel like he's at peace now. And the thing is that you really prayed that he would stay here. So it's really shaking your faith. You're like, why is he not still here? I don't understand. Did I do something wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, sweetheart. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Sometimes when people are taken too soon, I say they're shining stars. When they're here, they shine so bright. And when they're gone, it's like they're gone too soon. They didn't get to live their life through. But just know, for him to show me that, see, and here's the card, it was my time to go. But it's nonsensical. Just take your time, sweetheart. Take your time, okay? Thank you guys for being here. I don't know if it froze or what's going on. Oh my God, there's just a little wispy feather. I always say wispy feathers or feathers in unusual places are your loved ones' way of coming through and showing that they're with you, okay? I don't know if this froze or not, but I'm going to get going. I will be back on here on Saturday. You're welcome, Sherry. For anybody else wanting a reading, I know this app is kind of weird, but but my website is peace-serenity.com, and I do private readings. A feather landed in front of me a half an hour ago. I love that. I always say, angels surround my car, angels surround my readings, angels surround this live. Like, I'm always doing that. Thank you guys for being here so much. I'm going to get going. Jennifer, I didn't forget about you, so I will reach out to you. Oh, thanks, Pags family, Pags family. Thank you. And thank you to Kim for always moderating and doing such a great job. Have a beautiful rest of your week. See you next time too. Miss you, Moonstone. And I love you guys. I really appreciate you. And just keep remembering that as much as I'm a conduit, your family that I'm able to channel, because this is your love for them and their love for you. And even after I'm done doing readings, this energy is ever flowing from you to them and vice versa. Okay? So you can always ask them for signs. You're amazing too, Sherry. Have a beautiful evening. Take care, you guys. I'll talk to you later.